All right. Is
I'll
there anybody
make,
else out there?
I think there is.
Didn't get the word? Shouldn't be, but. He didn't go home, did he?
Who, Tom? Tom left.
yeah, he did.
No, Martin.
Oh, Mark, no. He went later that day.
Let's see, I drove him.
That's right. Tom drove me, he can't go without him.
Oh, I've said that for years, just have a tablet, scroll through them.
Okay, we'll go ahead and, we're good.
I will make a motion at this time that we accept the disciplinary action that was discussed during the closed session.
Motion on the floor,
Second.
supported. All in favor, aye? Opposed? Motion carried, thank you. New business, employee handbook update, earned at sick time. That's not it.
It's been the same thing.
That's the next one.
Do we need to have discussion about this?
Yes,
I've read through this very, very detailed.
talk about that.
Talking about the ESTA pay. The new legislation that was enacted in
Okay.
February 21st, we did the same thing, we had to do the same thing at the farm.
Okay,
And everything I read through in here, unless somebody is looking at it differently than I did, and that's very possible, this looked very good. In terms of, it's very clear, so,
Maybe I can make a distinction, forgive the interruption, I just wanna make a distinction that what you have before you, the first page is the policy or the resolution that was, written up based on the Earned Sick Time Act. However, the second document, it doesn't have an official letterhead, but it is the Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity's latest FAQ sheet. So what I have for you in the resolution is kind of bare bones, really touching on all the major topics that are listed in this act. However, I wanted to provide a more detailed version in case the board wanted to make any revisions or add any specifics to the resolution proposal.
on that note, I think that, I know when I went to the Farm Bureau, Lansing Legislative, and this was a hot topic up there. If there was a lot of information that was given, I went to the state website, and there was a lot of information given. I think that the resolution that we've got in our hands, I don't think needs to be cluttered with a lot of hyperboles and extra verbiage that just confuses somebody that is gonna be getting that, meaning anybody that's here that's being paid out of it. So, it covers all of the highlights of what, and if I don't know, it basically, it's kinda funny, cause I was reading it through and I'm going, it's about like the one we did. And it was, again, simple is good, less is more. Just keep it concise and don't make it,
do I hear a motion?
don't let an attorney write it.
Do I hear a motion?
Yeah, I'll
Motion
make,
to accept 25-5?
yeah, I would make a motion that we 2025-5, the ESTA resolution for the township.
Want to support that?
I support it.
Okay. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Roll call vote, Meckley,
Yes.
Humphrey,
Yes.
O'Shaughnessy,
Yes.
and Shaw.
Yes, motion carried, thank you. Yeah, let's do the 04.
You wanna do that out of order, or you wanna
Nope, we're-
continue with the agenda, because we're on park bleachers.
Yeah, that's what I said, let's do McCordy Park. Nice job,
Yeah, just looking at
making me look bad. I can do that all myself. Okay, go ahead, who wants to talk about that?
Excuse me, basically, what I brought it up earlier, is like, these are exact size what we have, they're 15 feet, 5 rows, 8-inch rise, they're identical to the 2 aluminum ones we have. U-line, we looked there, they basically, theirs were like, I wanna say 7,000 and 8,000, but they like had backs to them and a railing in the middle, stuff that, we didn't need. And then there's another place out of Florida, that they only had a 6-inch rise, which they were only stood 36 inches instead of 48, but they only had, four rows. So, basically, and if you look at the bottom here, due to the tariffs and cost of material, they said 15 days, which tomorrow's the 15th day. So I did call the lady back after we got it and approved it at our Parks and Rec meeting, and she said, well, I said, like, we got ordered like Friday, and she said, no, she said that price is pretty much set in April, and it'll probably be good for a little while, but I'd like to, if we get it approved,
Yeah, we gotta
get
have
after it next
2
week.
sets on each field.
Pardon?
I said we have to have 2 sets on each field.
Right, and that was the discussion at the Park and Recs meeting, was the fact that, Dan made it, we have 3 sections, 2 on one field and 1 for the other field, and you really, if you're going to host tournaments and do some things in terms of revenue generation with, again, that part of that to help, with the park, then I think you have to have that extra set just to balance things out, so you got people on
Well, the
each
steel
team.
one was kind of behind the backstop, and we had 2 aluminum ones. I moved the steel one over to the other side, moved the aluminum one over there, moved the one down a little bit, so we got 2 on the old field, and got 1 on the new field, and I said it'd be nice if we had 2 on each field. And
So
for
wishes.
the price they have there, I don't think.
Make a motion, we approve.
Got a motion on the floor.
I will support that.
Support. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Roll call vote, O'Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Meckley, Humphrey,
Yes.
and Shaw.
Yes, motion carried, thank you. Proposed planning commission zoning ordinances, this is the master plan, correct?
Zoning ordinance,
The zoning ordinance.
yeah. So it's a revised zoning ordinance, that just legally is supposed to revise it, look at it, go through public hearing every 5 years, so that's what it is in front of you. What you've had throughout, the public outreach, the emails, you've had a chance to review it. A lot of you have substantially given time to look at it, and, we had, Steve McLean, who was a part of our board, as a board liaison, actively participated in that. Many of our, folks and, citizens who are in public were actively involved as well. So, it's been a public outreach and the making of it for a long time, and so, and then a lot of times, a lot of questions come up, the zoning ordinance and why do we even have it, and it doesn't have any intention to abrogate or, I know any kind of an easement or anything, but private agreement that's provided and wherever that is essential, where zoning ordinance can be helpful, we're a township that enables people to, have that in place. And so with all of that in place, so what you have in front of you, or what you've already read through and gone through, is what we have corrected. A lot of ordinances that we had for many years, legally we couldn't enforce it. And that was a problem for a long time. And so therefore we got those enforcements gone. And, so we have what we can work with right now. And I believe, if this is recommended, this is approved, then it will go, to us at the Hillsdale County, Planning Commission. And, we have this in place for our township. So, and then any other additions or any other ordinances that the township would like for us to review, or site plan, but that's the nature of our job that we do. Can we just present it for us to kind of go through, like, we had
I mean,
supervisor.
it's a moving target.
Sure.
It's just-
Right, and then so we're working on whatever site plan that you would like to see, or reviewing whatever you want to see us do, so, again, so we can bring that on the table. So, and I don't want you to forget that we are still looking into, the solar energy facility. I don't like to call it farm, because obviously I don't wanna farm solar. I'd like to farm crops, you know? That's just me, but you can say whatever you want about that. But again, so as it relates with the facility, you know, what we can do in our capacity, trying not to take away the farmers and their act and their privileges and their rights, but also making use of land that cannot be used for crops. Those would be perfect lands for a solar facility. I just don't see us as a planning commission board to see that we can review any plans where there's a concrete, you know, crop farm going. So that's just me, again, we come from, we're rural by the end of the day, so we wanna be able to save what we have, especially farms. So,
Well, I will make a motion at this time that
All
we
right.
accept the planning commission's zoning ordinances and authorize them to send it to the county planning commission.
thank you.
I second.
I'll support that.
All right, we'll split it. Your name's short, right?
Well, who's
That
ahead?
was,
We'll keep-
yeah. No, that was a wonderful document.
Okay, thank you.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I
A lot of
appreciate
detail, a lot of work, you can really tell.
Thank you, and I wanna say that we have one of the finest, board members who are actually on our board, and, a couple of them are already sitting right on your board, so we're very privileged. We have the finest in the crew. We really sadly lost one planning commissioner who passed away in December, really hard, and he was, in the making of it as well. But right now, as we speak, I'm working with one of the finest crew, and it's just a team
Good.
effort, so we're really very privileged. So thank you,
Any
Board of
further
Trustees,
discussion?
we appreciate you.
Roll call, please.
Roll call vote, Humphrey,
Yes.
O'Shaughnessy,
Yes,
Meckley,
Yes.
and Shaw.
Yes, motion carried. Now we're at 25-4. I asked Shane to draft something up like this. Statutorily, the supervisor is responsible for the budget, overseeing the budget. Obviously, the clerk and treasurer disperse the funds. But when I get questions on a bill and I don't know what it is, what I'm asking with this is that the supervisor sees all the bills, initials them, and processes it through the clerk. So that way, I see the bills, and there's a couple things that kind of frustrate me, but, this would take care of that. And I think that puts one more set of eyes on our bills.
I'm all for accountability. I mean, if your initials are on something, then that to me has.
I'm still blaming on Barb, but that's all right.
hey,
All right, what's the,
I make a motion to approve 25-4, 2025-4.
motion made,
Support.
supported by Dave, any further discussion? All in favor, resolution, let's go ahead and roll call, please.
Roll call vote, O'Shaughnessy,
Yes,
Meckley,
Yes.
Humphrey,
Yes.
and Shaw.
Yes, motion carried, thank you. That is the end of our business. Open the floor to public comment.
I had submitted a FOIA subscription
for the documents that you use for these meetings. And then it was to be posted on to the website.
I'm
And
sorry, what documents?
The documents that are used in these meetings.
Oh, okay.
And then it was to be put onto the website, and so Sharon would not have to email to me and others every month. But it seems that every other month, something is thrown in as a jimmy into this, and it looks like this month, all of the documents that you had to approve were withheld. And I would really like a reason as to why those were not supplied, because I think we had this discussion before, and the definition in the Open Meetings Act for public information, the information becomes public at the time it is created. And there is documentation throughout that this is to encourage public response and public participation. So if you don't let us see it before you approve it, then there's no way that we can give you any kind of feedback or opinion on it. It seems to me that you're withholding it so that, well, basically you're telling me that in order to know what is in it, I have to wait for you to approve it. That's when I can see the documents. And I think maybe you're taking lessons from Nancy Pelosi, because you know, she said that you had to pass the bill to know what's in it, and that's not the way it's supposed to work when you have transparency, and that is the whole reason for the Open Meetings Act. So I would like a response from someone on this issue, and tell me what your position is on it so that I know what I need to do from here, because I will not sit by while you refuse to let me see the documents to be able to participate in this meeting until after you're done. Because you are sitting there talking about all this stuff, and we have no idea what you're looking at. And that's not the way it's supposed to work. So, let me know.
Anybody else for stress the board?
I would, Mr. Shaw, just to explain who I am and why I'm here and how it can benefit you even. Name is Mark Nichols. I put these up on YouTube usually. I think the last time I was here, maybe I got busy and I decided not to put that one up. And I've only been here a handful of times. I concentrate first on Adams Township. That's where I live. And I have made some commissioners meetings. I've been making the city meetings pretty often. And you know, if a person's interested in government, and we all should be to some extent, you can go and find out what's happening in your city a little bit. Of course, you have the radio, you have newspaper and what, but this is just another resource. So I do title the YouTube channel The Adams Times. And for instance, this meeting will go up in 2 segments since there was the interruption by the closed session. And I title it Somerset Township and then put the date on it. So if you want to search, you can just search the whole of YouTube and you should be able to find the meeting. Sometimes, and like this meeting, I've designated 3 different items that I may put up as a separate video in addition to the full video. And sometimes I pull a short out. And for anybody's information on the YouTube shorts now, they've added a feature where you can link to the larger video. So you look for the title. You know, if the short doesn't tell you too much, but that's interesting, you can often link to, say, the whole meeting video or a larger video. So that's who I am. That's what this is. And you know, you can, if somebody can't make a meeting, they can watch this way. I don't think you folk record your meetings, but the city of Hillsdale does, and so they have that option too. But anyways, that's what it is. Thank you.
When will you post it?
That varies because I work alone, and so when I find time to get it up and get to Wi-Fi, I don't have Wi-Fi good enough at home. I can upload shorts usually, but a full-length hour meeting or longer, I have to get to good Wi-Fi, so.
Thanks, Mike. Anybody else? Okay, moving on to board comment. I'm glad everybody's sitting down, because I'm gonna agree with what Mary said. And I will say that the 25-4 was basically written up, 2 days ago, whenever you did that, and that would fall under me, because I asked her to do that because of some issues that came up, and that I wanted to address, and I need to have that to do that, so that one falls on me, and, I mean, we can send it out when we get.
And I didn't see that.
What's that?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, so that was on me, but I will check into the rest of it, because you're 100% correct as far as making that stuff public before the meeting, so people can look at it, and, like you said, participate in the meeting, informed, and that's what this whole thing's set up for. It's not anything that we're doing intentionally, and if it is, we will address that, but, that should end. So, somebody write that down, right? Yeah, Mary and I were on the same page once. But anyhow, any other board comment?
The only thing I would say is I was under the impression that the board packets, I can remember a time when they were printed and they would be laid out on a table and a person could pick up most everything, maybe not the 30 pages of bills or something like that. So I would have to say that, again, it's gotta be resolved. I agree. Because personally, I don't think there's anybody here at any of these tables that, for nefarious reasons or anything else, wants to try to, hold back anything. If anything, I enjoy it when there's an audience, because too many times in the move, we've had planning commission meetings for years back. This goes 10 years ago. There's nobody ever there. I mean, back when Connie was the chair and I was on that, it was my first position here, nobody ever came.
I was on it with you.
You know, yeah, I mean, and so the involvement, and just what Namu said earlier about getting, constituents, getting the public's opinion about the solar and different things. I don't want the state to come in and rubber stamp anything and take away our rights. They've already done that with the voting and some other things, and it really kind of irritates me. Not really, kind of. I could say other things, but I'll be polite, because my mom might watch it on YouTube. Then I'd be really in trouble. So, give me a hard, might wash my mouth out. Anyway, that's just my
Get in trouble next time, put forward. Any other board comment?
And I can say, Mary, we do have a deadline to have the data available on the Monday before the board meeting. It's been a really difficult time for me with the tax closure, which was a much higher priority for me, so that could be why my report wasn't in early, but we do try to get them in. We're not trying to withhold information. We're busy answering FOIAs that come in that take up a lot of time for us, and lawsuits. So they're taking away from other core things we'd like to do. We don't want to be contrarian with the public. We want to work with the public, come in and talk to us. That's, all of us are available, or make an appointment, so we can be on the same page and help us out. Help make Somerset Township the best it can be. And there's things we can change, there's a million things I want to change, but I can't fit it all in. So I'd love your support on anything that we can help you with. We're not trying to withhold anything, we're just a little kooky right now.
Okay, any other board comment? Announcements. Next board meeting will be Thursday, May 15 at 7 PM right here in the community room. McCordy Park Earth Day celebration Saturday, April 26, 2025. Guided nature walk 10 to 11. Event activities from 11 until 2. Township cleanup day is May 3rd, 2025 from 8 AM until 1 PM.
Have you decided what we're gonna do for that? Township cleanup, where we were having the roll on, roll offs, there's gonna
Oh,
be
no.
different trucks.
We're gonna have 2 trucks there.
Okay,
And when they're full, and they normally hold a little more, and the compaction trucks, actually a little more than what a 30-yard dumpsters hold. So we were good in the thing with that. Truck sleeve, we're done. And I got a gentleman to take the metal, and so $300 for that, we're not gonna have. He's gonna take and haul the metal away, I told him it'd be cleaned up that night. And, he said he would split it, I don't know what the split would be, but I said it goes to Jerome Community Building, that's where it's gone in the past.
Thank you.
So, I mean, who knows what it'll be? And so, once he gets his costs, he'll haul it away, but there should be, I mean, we've got, what, $300 before or something?
Yeah, I think it was like 400.
400,
Yeah.
so, you know,
Yeah.
there should be some money there. But, I went with Stevens, like I said, last month's meeting when we approved that, for the simple fact that they'll bring the trucks here. Modern or LRS, whatever it is now, wouldn't do that. And Emmons they don't come out of Jackson County, so that's why we went the way we did. And with that, this meeting will be adjourned. Thank you.